Hey guys, welcome back to the vlog. It is a gorgeous fall day out there today and I just don't feel like doing anything. So I've decided that we are going to seize the day and have a day all to ourselves. We are going to have a cozy, lazy fall day at home, complete with some great movies, a fabulous and impressive DIY project on a budget, and a delicious dinner recipe. So stay tuned.
So you're in a hurry? Well, you better calm down. We're all friends around you, just join the fun. 'Cause if you're in a hurry, you're missing the point. You should enjoy the fruits of life instead of chasing coins. Because it's a beautiful day.
I'm going to make myself a cup of my favorite tea. It's called the Christmas tea, and it's from the Bar Harbor Tea Company. With notes of vanilla, orange, rose petals, and cardamom, this organic black tea is not just for Christmas, but it is something that I save for myself for special occasions, and today's lazy, cozy fall day is a perfect excuse to have a cup. I'm also going to help this fall vibe along today by lighting as many candles as I can in my living room. I make sure that all the candles in each particular room all have the same similar notes and cohesively go together, so it really fills that room with notes of cinnamon and pumpkin, apples and spice, all the best fall fragrances.
You know those big, chunky, like crocheted blankets that, I mean, if they were crocheted, they'd be done with a needle the size of me. What I didn't realize was how easy they are to make. This makes a great idea for a gift. This would make a great birthday present or a Christmas present. Well, we're gonna do that today for our cozy, lazy fall day while we have our Practical Magic movie on. Now, yarn comes in different sizes, different brands, different price points, so I implore you to do your own research before starting this project. I actually looked online, did a little comparison shopping, and found that Hobby Lobby actually had yarn I could use for this project for $7.99 each and 30% off of that. So I got 7 of them for under $40 before tax. I chose this color for 3 reasons. 1, they had 7 of them. I would have liked 8, but 7 was the most that I could find. 2, they're super, super budget friendly. Like I said, they were $7.99 each with 30% off times 7. That's $39.13 before tax. Like, that's cheap for this style blanket. They go for much, much more than that. And 3, this is a neutral color. I think brown is an overlooked color, and we're gonna remedy that. 1, because we had no choice, and 2, that's really it, because we had no choice. So that's what we're gonna do, and it is so easy, it's gonna blow your mind. So let's get this cozy fall lazy day going, and let me show you how to do this blanket.
In the age of smart TVs and streaming services, there are literally thousands of movies at our fingertips. The downside is you have to pay for these services, but I find them to actually be worth it because there is always something on for everyone. And today we're going to watch one of my favorites, Practical Magic. If you're one of the few people out there who still hasn't seen this movie, then you definitely need to add it to your bucket list. Set in a quaint New England town, it is the story of generational witches, curses, love, and murder.
But no, I don't think it was either of those reasons. They feared her because she had a gift, a power that has been passed on to you children. She had the gift of magic. And it was this very gift that saved her life.
So to start our project, we are going to unpackage the skein of yarn and we're going to unwind it a bit. You want the yarn free from tension throughout this project. Next, form a loop and twist it to the right. Now pull the free edge through from underneath to create your beginning loop. Whatever size this loop is the size that all the loops will be. Mine are about 1 3/4, 2 inches in size. Now that we have the first loop made, all we're going to do is pull that long tail up through the loop, forming another loop. And you are going to continue doing that for the whole length of the blanket that you want to create. As you can see, it's a very simple process and it starts to resemble a braid. Remember to keep your loops all uniform in size, and you can make this edge however long or short you want. I started with a chain of 40. You can start with whatever works for you.
When you get to the end of your chain, you're going to make another loop, but we're going to bring it to the side to start our next row. You're going to continue doing that. You're going to grab it from underneath, make a loop. So we're working the opposite way now. Grab it from underneath, make a loop. So we chained it up, and now we're going off of it. So they are not connected yet, kind of like fingers. And we are gonna keep adding loops. Just keep going the whole way down.
And when you run out of yarn and need to add more, you just tie the two ends together in a knot, pull it tight, and snip off the ends. Keep right on going. It'll blend right into the blanket and you'll never see it.
To finish it off, you're going to make another loop like you're going to make another row, and then do it again. But then pull that loop under the first one. And then do it again. Make another loop, pull it under the first one. And as you can see, it starts to make the braid. Make a loop, pull it under the first one, and that's how you'll finish the edge off. Final loop, and then we're going to put the yarn through that, which makes a knot. Pull that tight. I have this tail attached. I want to cut some of it off, and then I'm just going to take this tail and I'm going to weave it up the blanket, and you'll never see it. It'll just blend in. I love it. My blankie's done and I have a little time before dinner. So I think I'm gonna pop on another guilty pleasure movie and enjoy it before it's time to share a delicious recipe with you guys. dinner is super easy. We are just going to stuff some chicken. I'm gonna serve a baked stuffed chicken breast, and we are gonna stuff it with things that most people have in their homes. There aren't any fancy ingredients to this. It just elevates a comfort food and a dish that I definitely associate with cozy day cooking. You don't even need to have the same ingredients that I'm using in it. I'm gonna be using an Asiago cheese. I'm gonna be using cream cheese. You could use a cheddar cheese. You could use whatever you have on hand. If you had mozzarella, totally fine. Also, I wish I had spinach, but I don't. I do have kale, so I'm just gonna swap those two out for the recipe because it's that versatile. So let me just show you how easy and simple it is to put this delicious dinner together. So cream cheese, herbs de Provence, I have my kale in place of spinach, and I grated up some Asiago cheese, and we are gonna add that right in there.
Now I'm just going to take a baking dish and I'm going to set some parchment paper on that. I'm going to add some fresh garden zucchini to this pan, not from my garden, obviously, but thankfully my neighbor had a good year. And to that, I'm just going to drizzle some avocado oil on it, and I am going to salt and pepper it liberally. I'm going to lay a rack on top of this, and I'm going to set my bacon wrapped chicken breast right on top of the rack. The juices from the bacon is going to drip down into that zucchini as well as the cheese as the chicken cooks, and it all just adds so much flavor to this zucchini. It's an absolute game changer. I'm going to add a little more pepper on top of the bacon, and then I'm going to put this in an oven that has been preheated at 350 degrees, and we are going to cook it for about 40-45 minutes. That time really depends on the thickness of your chicken breasts. Now I'm just going to peel up some potatoes right out of my garden and get them ready on the stove so I can make what I like to call mama's mashed potatoes. And these taters are delicious, if I do say so myself. It's even better that I grew them.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
Can taste the bacon in that zucchini. It's so good. Well, thank you guys for joining me today as we enjoyed a cozy, lazy fall day at home. I hope I inspired you to try that blanket for yourself. That was so easy and so much fun. And now I have this gorgeous, beautiful, big old fat blanket that I've always wanted. And I did it for under $40. So I definitely hope you give that a try and kick up your ordinary stuffed chicken. Do something different. The bacon on the outside, even that alone is just unbelievable. So I'm gonna get right back and get my face into this plate, stuff this food, and I am so hungry. Thank you so much for joining me. If you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, I hope you'll consider doing so. I love making videos. I'm just an ordinary housewife sharing my life, and I'd love for you to come along for the ride. Thanks so much for joining me today, and I will see you guys again soon. Bye.